Well, I said this in my preview to this match, but I already knew, I was 100% confident that Real Madrid is going to win, and that what exactly happened. You know, it's interesting, when I did my preview to UEFA Europa League final, I said that Bayer Leverkusen should win. It's likely that they win because they're having an invincible season, but Bayer Leverkusen lost. That was the only loss they had in their season. But when I said that, well, we can say maybe I jinxed it or not. And again, I'm probably being very self-centric. The universe is not going to change if I just say something, right? Its universe is doing its thing. People are doing their things, and it's them who should be taking responsibility. For example, Bayer Leverkusen fans, not fans, sorry, my bad, not fans. The players against Atalanta, they were the ones who played that match, and they lost it, right? That's the only one. If somewhere else, like in the world, from San Diego, California, Babur Rustamov said that Bayer Leverkusen are gonna win, it's not that I jinxed it, But if we are being self-centric and we are talking about this specific channel, yes, I did say that Bayer Leverkusen is going to win, but they lost and I jinxed it. On the other hand, I had false hopes a little bit in my head. I mean, I was not even 100%, 1,000% confident that Real Madrid is going to win this match because we saw this time and time and again, the same scenario play out no matter what. However, in my head somewhere, I had some false hopes where I thought, well, I was able to jinx Bayer Leverkusen. Not that I intended to. At that time, I didn't intend it to jinx Bayer Leverkusen. I really wanted Bayer Leverkusen to win, and however, they lost. And I thought maybe, just maybe, I will be able to jinx Real Madrid. But Real Madrid, time and time again, just proves that nothing works against them. And so everything can happen in the world, but when it comes to Real Madrid, those rules don't apply. Real Madrid remains that one constant factor in Champions League where they end up winning. Oh, gladly, it's not every freaking season. There are some breaks and then they win it again. But the main story of Champions League is Real Madrid's story. Nobody else's story. And me as a Barcelona fan, again, I might be focusing on Barcelona more than Real Madrid. Real Madrid, for me, like, okay, it's their camp. They have their own things to do, right? I want to say issues, but realistically, Real Madrid doesn't have any issues. The issues that they have, they can solve it very efficiently. Their strategy is really good. Florentino Perez knows what he's doing. Carlo Ancelotti knows what he's doing. These are men that are in age. They are older men, but they are very mature men, and not the ones that that are going cuckoo, but actually knows what they're doing. So many years of experience. So they're at that point. So they have that chemistry and that team. I want to say, but I think it's a Russian word, tandem. But anyway, that bond, alliance, yes, that is working well for Real Madrid at the moment. Before Ancelotti was Zidane, and other people before them were also finding their ways with Real Madrid, how to keep Real Madrid successful. It wasn't always like that, yes. There was a period when Barcelona was better. That's when I started to be interested in soccer, and that's why I still am a Barcelona fan to this day, because despite the recent unfortunate realities, I did see the glory days, and I hope one day they're gonna come, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. I cannot change that. Unfortunately, it's me trying to manifest it is just not working anyway. It just all, we just need to take those facts of life. Like, when you just need, things will happen, we'll just accept it as fact, and what else can you do about it, right? So in my case with Real Madrid, it's like that. I I can possibly jinx any team, maybe, but I cannot jinx Real Madrid. And now I'm realizing the things I've been talking about. The proper conclusion is I cannot really jinx anyone, because things just happen for a reason, and we just need to accept it, or just don't follow soccer, I guess, if it's too hard to follow, if it's too crushing for the soul. But anyway, coming back to the Real Madrid center of a story, it is them who are the main characters of Champions League story, not Barcelona, unfortunately, because in my head, when I focus about Barcelona and I think about Champions League glories, I think about, okay, well, yes, we had bad season in Barcelona, or now multiple bad seasons, but one day when we come back, we start to win again a lot, and then we might become the main characters, and one day prevail, even have more Champions League trophies than Real Madrid. I had those thoughts for like more than a decade now, and back when I started to have those thoughts, they were very optimistic, because back then, last time it was 2015. At that time, Real Madrid only won it in 2014. In my eyes, that time I started to follow soccer in 2008. So within that 7 years, Real Madrid only won once, and Barca won like 3 times during that period. So I was thinking, okay, well, we'll be winning more and more, and we'll catch up to Real Madrid, and the handicap was shorter. Now it's 10 UCL trophies difference. Barcelona won only 5 trophies. Real Madrid won 15. This is their 15th trophy. And so I'm realizing now that it's just not possible, and it's unfortunate reality. So Barcelona or any other team are not the main focus of the story, despite us fans, like me as a Barcelona fan, somebody is Manchester United fan that seen the glory days as well, where Milan, for example, who are on the second place when it comes to the Champions League title lists, right? We are not the main characters of the story, unfortunately. Probably not only me, but Milan fans, for example, right, had those hopes, or maybe Bayern Munich fans had those hopes. They were looking at Real Madrid, thinking maybe one day my team going to be on the top of the world. But somehow, historically, and at the moment, it all comes down to, no, actually, Real Madrid fans are the most luckiest people in the world, when it comes to the soccer world, at least, right? I mean, of course, people who don't really follow soccer, they don't really care about this at all. For them, okay, Real champions, so well, like, who cares, right? But people who give a damn about this game, people who make this sport important in their heads, like me, for them, it's, oh my God, like, yeah, Real Madrid is the biggest team, and you cannot do anything about it. We just need to realize that at this point. One day, Real Madrid will have that bump in the road, where they're again on the high. They will have a bump in the road, and hopefully for more years than just 1 year, or 4 years they had between 2018 to 2022. They had 4 years period where they were not winning Champions League gladly. But still, even despite that, I'm not seeing how one team can dominate. They have to dominate so much, just like Real Madrid, to be able to catch up to them. One team. And that team should be the one team who won already some Champions Leagues already. They already have some Champions League trophies in their belt. It's Liverpool, Bayern Munich. Ajax. Well, Ajax, okay, it's harder because they're in the Netherlands, but Barcelona, right? At least, so those teams have 5, 6, 7 trophies in their catalog. Yeah, but now reviewing the game itself, my kind of not rant but disappointment monologue about Real Madrid as a fan of the other team, speaking from the perspective of other teams, right, fans. Now that it's over, we can talk about the game itself. Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid. That was a good game. It was entertaining. Before we continue, though, I just want to say congratulations to Real Madrid. Editor Bob realized that I did not congratulate Real Madrid fans and Real Madrid with this historic 15th UCL title. Congratulations to you guys. You guys deserve it. Real Madrid, both Real Madrid and Real Madrid fans deserve this victory. I wish you to celebrate this win more, have fun, and I wish you to persevere to keep this feeling, that euphoric feeling of the victory that you guys have right the moment. I wish you to prolong it as much as possible, because these are still, even if Real Madrid wins this tournament pretty often, these are still incredible achievements, and it doesn't happen every day. So cherish these moments, guys. This is gonna last forever in your memories, guys. I want to congratulate you one last time, because now I'm gonna continue to discuss about Real Madrid as a Barcelona fan. Yeah, let's go. Borussia Dortmund, I thought they were brilliant. They really did shine in that game. They were, well, when you say a better team, with Real Madrid, it's a bit different, because Real Madrid are playing that game, it seems like on purpose, where they're not showing their fullest potential, or they are actually struggling for real on the field and cannot really capture the momentum. But in the end, they anyway prevail. Like, they find that second new feeling, that okay, like, we still need to win, and they become fully alive, and then they become stronger than ever, and they make those comeback situations. Here, you didn't really need to do a comeback when it comes to the score, but Real Madrid had to do a comeback when it comes to the game, because first 70 minutes, so the majority of the game, Borussia Dortmund, in my opinion, was a bit better team. They had the control. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're playing quote-unquote better, or if you have the ball more often than the other team. What's more important is the score on the sheet, and the score is Real Madrid winning Borussia Dortmund 2-0. And no matter what Borussia Dortmund tried to do, just like other teams versus Real Madrid in Champions League finals, they have fallen short. One moment, Borussia Dortmund, who was excellent, and very minimum mistakes. They had very minimal mistakes. Real Madrid also had their mistakes under Borussia Dortmund's pressure, and there were a couple times Borussia Dortmund was able to create very dangerous moments for Real Madrid, moments where they could have turned it into goals. But unfortunately, Karim Adeyemi is a bit unexperienced. It was his first ever Champions League final. The pressure was high on the dude, and I don't blame him. But Karim Adeyemi, he saw Courtois, and in my opinion, he did the right move. In that moment, when he was 1-1-1, literally, with Courtois, I think it was the right move to go left and then pass the goalkeeper and just score to the empty net. I think the idea was right, but the execution, he unfortunately ran away to the left side a bit too much, where, okay, the angle was not proper now to shoot, accentuate a shot and score to the goal. Some people think that he should have just shot, but I feel like Courtois is big, and so if he just shot, maybe he could. There was easily a chance where he could have missed, or just the ball would have touched Courtois, he would have saved it, and that would be the end of story anyway, right? So it didn't happen. I don't blame. What I'm trying to say is that I don't blame Adeyemi too much. That was the only person who pretty much had all the Borussia Dortmund chances, the most dangerous ones, and the second time he also attempted. I forgot what it was actually that moment, but also I don't blame him that much for trying to do it in the way where he was doing it, because the idea again was there. I think he didn't have the wrong idea, but it's just execution where he could have done it different. I mean, in reality, it could have turned into a goal, but now we are sad about it because it just didn't turn into a goal. But regardless, Borussia Dortmund, their strategy was very nice against Real Madrid. They were outpacing Real Madrid. They were running more against Real Madrid, but of course you have a risk of getting tired faster, right? When you're constantly like running. And Borussia Dortmund was smart in that regard, because they had periods where they calmed down. They were just passing and doing a slower paced game, but still controlling the game, still having the ball, so that when they have the ball, Real Madrid cannot do anything, right? They cannot score a goal against Borussia Dortmund. So Dortmund was smart in the way where, okay, let's not shoot the ball that much to the other side. Let's keep the ball to ourselves, do minimal, like small distance passes. They were doing that, minimal of long distance passes to not lose the ball. I think it was great. In the beginning, they were kind of playing with fire a little bit, because they wanted to do the first pass starting from the goalkeeper, right? But they were involving the goalkeeper very much. Goalkeeper was passing to the defender was passing back to the goalkeeper, and then Real Madrid realizing that like we're pressuring a lot, and then in some moments they were playing with fire, because if Real Madrid would have taken that ball, and they were close to doing that, take the ball, just score, right? So that would have been simple, but it didn't happen, gladly. And Borussia Dortmund was, I saw Real Madrid's worry in their eyes. It did seem like, oh, they were a little unexpected, that Borussia Dortmund will be that organized as a team. Again, whatever game plan they had, they were strict about it. They were following it like strictly. It was well executed, in my opinion. It's just unlucky in those couple moments where they were able to catch Real Madrid and create dangerous attempt to score a goal. However, just unfortunately not lucky, right? And but Real Madrid always have that luck, because we have a phrase, the how do you call it? The strongest teams are always lucky. That's a phrase in Russian. I'm not Russian, but I'm from Uzbekistan, and it's a post-ex-Soviet Union country where they were educating our nation to speak in Russian. So that's why I know it. But luck always comes to the strong teams, because there's more effort, there's more smart, strategic effort on how to make things work, and that luck just comes to them. And yes, compared to Real Madrid, the other side always is unlucky somehow, and it's just not a coincidence. You know what I mean? It's just not a coincidence. That's why when I was watching the game, one part of me was starting to get a little excited, just because, okay, Dortmund's playing well, and those false hopes start to cripple in. Oh, maybe what if Real Madrid is going to lose today? Even though I was 1000% confident that Real Madrid is going to win before the game, but during the game, you're given into that idea. You are following the match, and it's just, you're in the moment. It's different, right? And oh, like what if, like the sensation, the it's going to happen, the surprise, right? But unfortunately, my other side was thinking, Bob, you know that's false hopes. You know it's false hope. It's not real. Let's wait. Let's wait the end of the match. Whatever the result's gonna be, I only will believe that Borussia Dortmund will win it if the actual score in the end after the full time will be for Borussia Dortmund. If Borussia Dortmund have more goals than Real Madrid, that's only when I will believe that wow, it became actually a reality, and I will be happy about it. But until then, I cannot be happy about anything. Whatever what happens in the field, and that's what that's what happened. You know, I didn't give in to my false hopes, and my realistic side was correct. Unfortunately, in the 72nd minute, I believe, Real Madrid, who didn't really have any attempts on goal beforehand. I mean, okay, they did. I'm wrong. The first half, yes, they might not have that much at all. Not even like one shot per for the goalkeeper. But second half they did have it became easier to play for Real Madrid just a little bit, but still Barcelona was giving that pressure. But again, because it was second half, Borussia Dortmund cannot run in that pace for 90 minutes. You know, they will get tired. They will they will get tired. They start to create mistakes. At the time, the mistakes were very minimal, but now, just little by little, something happened. Something started to happen for Real Madrid, and Borussia Dortmund was not. Some players were not running to their fullest, and so now they were not able to stop Real Madrid to the fullest that they were able to limit prior to that. Now Borussia Dortmund, for the last like 5-10 minutes before the goal, did suffer from being in the defense too much. Real Madrid was starting to apply pressure. Before that, Borussia Dortmund was always applying pressure. Then Real Madrid kind of reignited themselves. Last 5-10 minutes, they started to have moments and moments, corner after corner, and that in that decisive corner, I forgot who that was, but somebody passed, long pass, and then 𝗔𝗯𝗂𝗏 just scored the goal. It was a corner kick. It was not from a game. It's not a game piece. It's not that like strategic, nice move they made on the field, and they were able to like counterattack and score, or dominate Borussia and score, or it was not an individual masterclass. Like it wasn't Vinicius Jr. who was dribbling 3 people and scored, but Borussia Dortmund didn't make mistakes. They didn't make grand mistakes in the field. Gladly, they were able to keep it. But if Real Madrid cannot score from those things, Real Madrid always have their corners and their free kicks, right? So that's how now corner is just bam, boom, like it's just so quick. It's hard to keep it up, right? So, Real Madrid also have their penalties. Let's not forget about that. But every single corner they were setting up, Borussia Dortmund had to defend Real Madrid's players, and each player locks another opponent's player. They have to be together with them to not give Real Madrid's players ability to shoot and score. And so mostly Borussia Dortmund was doing good, but then this indecisive corner, 𝗔𝗯𝗏 happened to be the one, and he's a striker. He's not a defender. He happened to be the one next to 𝗔𝗯𝗏, and I think he gave a bit more space to 𝗔𝗯𝗏 than needed, and so 𝗔𝗯𝗏 was able to use that situation and use that situation to his benefit. Scored a goal with his head. Nice shot. I think his name is 𝗂𝗏𝗏, goalkeeper of Borussia Dortmund, conceded. And that's how it became 1-0. And after that, okay, shit, like now the emotions start to cripple into Borussia Dortmund. Now Borussia Dortmund's players were vulnerable. Not only vulnerable, they started to realize, okay, I need to score a goal. We need to score a goal in 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes with just a little bit more left. It's going to be tough. So, and it's Real Madrid. They starting to do their thing. I mean, they are also fans of the game, Borussia Dortmund players. So they know how it works, and they've studied their opponent for sure. They studied Real Madrid, right, to be able to stop. And that's why their game plan was genius, because they were able to study Real Madrid and find how they can terrorize Real Madrid's team, and they were legitimately giving hard time to Real Madrid, but Borussia Dortmund in the end, with that one moment, and Real Madrid always does that. One moment, conceded the goal. Now Real Madrid is making sure that, okay, we need to kill their spirit. We need to kill their hopes so that our opponent doesn't even try to attempt to come back. Real Madrid is masters at that. And so when they scored, Real Madrid made sure to double down on the attack and not give Borussia Dortmund any hopes to come back. And so Real Madrid was pressuring more, and more moments happened where 𝗂𝗁𝗲𝗂𝗍𝗶 was trying his hardest to not concede the second goal. And then Borussia Dortmund was able to attack a little bit as well. But you saw that Borussia Dortmund had in their minds those thoughts that were creeping in now. They were mentally starting to be breaking, and the player, 𝗔𝗯liche𝗬𝗰𝗰𝗲𝗍𝗶, he was pretty good during the match, but after the first conceded goal, you could see from his face that he was starting to worrying, and he started panicking. You could see that how do you say it, weak, not weak mentality, but he was just inexperienced compared to Real Madrid players. Real Madrids are like animals, hunters, right? And he was that deer now. Oh no, oh this is happening. What should I do? Like, he gave that weakness. He allowed that weakness to appear on his thoughts and mind, and he started to lose. Not only him, but like Borussia Dortmund's players started to give into the emotions and started to give into the victim mentality a little bit, right? And oh damn it, Real Madrid is doing it again. Oh, what we're gonna do now? Real Madrid is getting that momentum again that I saw on the TV, where countless times Real Madrid was able to turn the game into their favor. And so 𝗔𝗯liche𝗬𝗰𝗲𝗍𝗶, unfortunately, became that one person who I think people will blame, but I think it was not only 𝗔𝗯liche𝗬𝗰𝗲𝗍𝗶, but the whole Borussia Dortmund vibe. The team started to get to that, and just 𝗔𝗯iche's wrong move with the second goal was that cultivating moment, decisive moment, was a telling moment where 𝗔𝗯iche𝗬𝗰𝗲𝗍𝗶, on a, I wouldn't say it's a very simple situation, but a situation that could be avoided. And if it was 𝗔𝗯iche𝗬𝗰𝗲𝗍𝗶 from the first half, he would not make that mistake. But because of that influence, emotional influence, and physical influence, where he got tired now, 𝗔𝗯iche𝗬𝗰𝗲𝗍𝗶 is passing wrongly to Real Madrid player instead of his own player, and giving that ball in a pretty dangerous spot. And so Borussia Dortmund became very vulnerable. Only a couple of defenders left to defend the team, and Real Madrid was able to counterattack and make that work. And Vinicius Jr. Became the one who scored that winning second goal that nailed the coffin, that put everything to an end. That second goal became the victory lap goal, if I dare to say that. So Real Madrid won their 15th UCL trophy, and there's no sign of them stopping. especially when Guardiola is announcing that he's leaving after the next season. So this upcoming season for Manchester City is going to be the last Josep Guardiola's season. Josep Guardiola was the only one with Manchester City who was capable to stop Real Madrid, who are on the same level as Real Madrid. Last season, Real Madrid lost to Manchester City 4-0, but that team was weaker, yes, Real Madrid. But this year, Manchester City was not as strong as in 2023, but still, they were still strong. Almost the same level of strong how in 2023. And so this strong City side is facing Real Madrid, who is now strong, but it was very equal. And here, nobody won anyone. Nobody outshined anyone. Both games ended in draws. Just the penalty kicks became a decisive factor. And if City was not able to do it, why Borussia Dortmund should be able to do it, right? So it was up to Manchester City if they could stop Real Madrid, because that's the only team in Europe that matches the level of the game. But at the same time, with this year's their draw, Manchester City showed that still they are not as emotionally strong as Real Madrid. Nobody can outwin Real Madrid when it comes to the calmness, the fact that, okay, we got this no matter what. Doesn't matter what's happening on the field. If we are losing right now, it doesn't matter. We don't need to get stressed out. We're gonna save the match regardless. Somehow, miraculously, we're gonna save it, and every time it just happens. I don't know how to explain that. There wasn't a time where Real Madrid needed that comeback and they was not able to do it. The games that Real Madrid lose are the ones that they lose already on the first half. On the first half, when the team is completely dominating Real Madrid and that other opposition team is scoring 1 goal, 2 goals against Real Madrid, that's when you know, okay, it's just not their game. But if it's up into the air on the second half as well, Real Madrid is going to take their victory. And so the key to Real Madrid's loss is to convince them already on the first half that they're probably not going to be able to come back. And that is to make 3-0 probably in the first half. That's the key. When they are weak, when they cannot actually really do that much. But even in that state, Real Madrid is able to organize the defense in a way where, yes, we are conceding a lot of moments, but we're not conceding goals. And so just got to be predominant against Real Madrid in the first half, like City did last season against Real Madrid, like Barcelona did a couple of years back when Barcelona won 4-0 against Real Madrid. You could see that, okay, there is no sign of coming back for Real Madrid. No matter what, they're just a weaker team on the field. So anyway, now last thing I want to mention is that Toni Kroos is his 6th UCL trophy. 5 he won with Real Madrid, 1 he won with Bayern Munich back in 2013. And Modric won 6 UCL titles. Nacho won 6 UCL titles, and I believe it was 𝗔𝗯𝗂 who won 6 UCL titles. And it is just simply crazy, because that means they are pretty much, when it comes to the titles, at least, I haven't seen those guys play, but when it comes to titles, the people I named, Kroos, Modric, 𝗔𝗯𝗂, and Nacho, they are better, they are more successful than the very legends of Real Madrid, who won in 1950s 5 times in a row. Real Madrid won Champions League 5 times in a row in 1950s, and while Real Madrid didn't win 5 times in a row in the modern era, they won it only 3 times in a row. When I say only, it's still crazy achievement. 3 times in a row, it's crazy achievement. But still, when it comes to the amount of titles those players have, it's 6. It's 6 UCL titles. Comparing to those people who won it 5 times in a row, those had 5, but these people have 6, guys. They have 6. Those 4 players I mentioned, they have 6 titles. 𝗔𝗯cie 𝗦𝗫𝗂𝘁, manager of Real Madrid, has 6 titles, which means they are above the very person that Real Madrid named their stadium after. Imagine that. Real Madrid has a stadium called Estadio Santiago Bernabéu. Santiago Bernabéu was a Real Madrid player who won Champions League 5 times in a row in 1950s. So he's a very legend, right? So those 4 players outdid Santiago Bernabéu and Alfredo Di Stefano and people like that who were in that team, in the legendary team. And it's just simply insane. This history was made between our eyes today. And as a Barcelona fan, of course, I'm disappointed in that. But regardless, this is history. This is the glory of Real Madrid, magnificence of Real Madrid. They're just that big. And these players became legends today. They were already legends, don't get me wrong, but they became the very top legends of the game. These 4 players I was naming. Cristiano Ronaldo won with them 5 times. Okay, 4 times with Real Madrid, 1 time with United, but he has 5 UCL titles. People like Modric now already has 6. Modric and Kroos, and 𝗔𝗯cie and 𝗂𝗁𝗂𝗏, and it's just insane. It's just insane. I don't know who won more Champions League titles than these guys, to be honest now. I think they're the most titled, the players with the most UCL titles in the history of the game after today. So these are the insane things that Real Madrid did today and throughout their decade successful tenure. I still liked to watch this game. I told you guys that I'm not interested to watch this game, but of course in the moment it was still interesting and I was fully invested in the game. And with my false hopes of Borussia Dortmund being actually pleasantly surprised that Borussia Dortmund was able to do that well against Real Madrid until up to that, those 2 goals. So it was entertaining overall anyway, but I hope the times will change sooner than later already. And I say that this is not the first time I'm saying that. This is just first time saying it on camera, but in my head I've been saying that already. Okay, Real won, but please let's change it up now. And that change it up is just still not happening. I'm not sure why. So, but I hope it's gonna happen already. Next season we'll have a new coach, 𝗔𝗯cie 𝗦𝗁𝗏, for FC Barcelona. I am excited. It was risky to go with 𝗔𝗯cie 𝗦𝗁𝗏, but it was also risky to stay with Xavi. It was 2 of our coaches had their pros and cons, but the trigger was pulled on 𝗔𝗯cie 𝗦𝗁𝗏, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's something new to the table, bringing new excitement, and hopefully Barca will be successful next season because that coach has some experience in being successful. I really hope that it will be the case because we need that. We need that new power in a way, because we need to be strong next season for sure, because Real Madrid is not planning to stop being this strong, and they might become even stronger than this season because they have now Kylian Mbappe, and I believe Alphonso Davies is also coming to them, which is he's also an incredible player. So their team is already strong, but now they have even better players next season, and I'm just curious what the future beholds for them, but I hope it's not that bright for Real Madrid. I really hope, because I'm hoping on Kylian Mbappe's ego. I'm hoping that Kylian Mbappe will bring in some egotistical problems into Real Madrid, so their life is not going to be that easy. We'll see how it goes. It could be that him and Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. Again keep winning more UCL trophies, even, right, with inclusion of Mbappe. So it could go out either way, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for Barcelona, in our camp with 𝗔𝗯ance 𝗂𝗁𝗏, we will, I believe, we will become stronger, and hopefully we will have a bit more players. I hope Barcelona will find money to acquire new players. Few, like 3-4 good players into the missing positions, like central defensive midfielder, maybe defender somewhere, right, or wing striker. Could be nice, experienced one. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Striker is also, but I think with Robert Lewandowski, he's going to stay because Flick has worked with Lewandowski before, and Lewandowski had the best season of his career with 𝗔𝗯ance 𝗂𝗁𝗏. So we'll see. I think they're going to still work together. So, yeah. But anyway, next season is bright. This season is over in European soccer, football. So I'll see you guys in the summer, though, because in summer there's going to be major tournaments like Copa America and UEFA Euro, which is European Championship among European countries. Also very interesting. I'm going to be on vacation. I'm getting married, actually. And then I'm going to have my honeymoon during those tournaments, which was unfortunate because I wanted to do both things. I wanted to do wedding and honeymoon on the other time, and this tournament's on the other time, but it just, that timing didn't come together. It had to be this one big thing, right? So I'll try to be here and here at the same time. So I am planning to make videos, but they might not be as frequent as I wanted them to be originally. But before that, I want to film a video about MLS to give you a team to root for in your own country, in the United States, to follow soccer. And MLS season is still ongoing. It starts from March till December, so soccer is not stopping at all. We'll have big championships. Copa America is even in the United States, so big teams like Argentina and Brazil are going to come to our country very soon, which I'm really excited about. And MLS, we have MLS, Major League Soccer. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe to this channel. Comment below your thoughts on the game and on the future of soccer. New Champions League format from next year, actually, next season. So that's also exciting. Yeah. Stay safe, healthy, and entertained. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.